This is KGW News at 11.
Austin was an enormous part of our community.
Volunteer firefighters hold a special place in the heart of small-town America. They feel a deep call to protect, and they drop everything when the fire alarm blares, and they race to save homes or buildings in places too small to have a full department. Sometimes they don't make it back home, and that happened recently in St. Paul, population 480 people in Marion County. Austin Smith was 30 years old, a volunteer firefighter and a sixth-generation farmer who grew hops. Today, his town and many others said goodbye. Galen Etlin reports.
This is going to always be a part of our town's history.
There's something about this town.
It's just how we are in St. Paul.
On a sunny Saturday, this community lined the streets.
It says thank you, Austin.
To remember a man some never even met.
We are all like a family.
There's Candy again.
Yeah.
Andrea Sonnen and daughter Cecilia.
It looks like Colton's coming after Candy.
Watched the fire trucks go by. Agencies from all over Oregon honored fallen volunteer firefighter Austin Smith.
It's heartwarming. It is a wonderful tribute.
It makes you proud for what our first responders do for us.
Terry Nias is thankful for Smith's service and sacrifice.
Our hearts go out to the whole family.
In early February, Smith and his fellow St. Paul volunteers responded to a barn fire. An explosion sent Smith to the hospital where he died from his injuries. Bagpipes began Smith's memorial Saturday with about 1,000 people packing the St. Paul rodeo stands.
Austin was a young husband. Austin was a young son. And more than or as much as, he was a member of this community.
His colleagues and loved ones said he lived for others and was the life of the party.
He was so special in that light. To know Austin was to love him.
Austin, you are one in a million, and there will never be a day that passes where we won't think of you.
You will leave a void that will be hard to fill. So lastly, I ask each and every one of you to make a difference.
We miss you. Can't wait to see you again someday.
As the bagpipes played Amazing Grace, the crowd shed tears.
For our fallen brother, his last alarm. He has gone home.
A final farewell to a man who responded in times of need, who now leaves behind his wife and parents.
My phone confirms that firefighter Austin Smith has completed his last and final alarm.
But there's something about this town.
We support each other.
Tears shed together.
We are a big family, and you support your family, and you are there for your family.
With arms open.
That family is loved here in St. Paul.
To those left behind.
It's important for my girls to see. Yeah.
Making sure Austin Smith is remembered.
A big hero.
Galen Etlin, KGW News.
In other news, we're following tragedy on Mount Bachelor this weekend, where 2 skiers have died in 2 days. The first happened yesterday afternoon and involved a 66-year-old man. A witness told our Bend affiliate that it appeared the man hit his head while skiing. This afternoon, a 60-year-old man crashed. A witness told our affiliate it appeared that man hit a tree. Rescuers tried to save both, of course, but could not. Both skiers were wearing helmets. This week, a man convicted of a vicious murder in Charbonneau when he was 16 years old was ordered set free. After 30 years, Todd Davila won his freedom based on changing rules in the justice system. Tim Gordon spoke with the prosecutor who's lived with this case and its many appeals for 20 years.
Convicted murderer Todd Davila went before a judge over his sentence for a 7th time, and this time he got his freedom. Davila is 46 now. In 1991, he was 16 years old when he forced his way into Lisa Flormo's Wilsonville home and attempted to rape her. When Flormo resisted, Davila stabbed her in the throat with his Boy Scout knife repeatedly, killing her. Since Davila was originally sentenced, the rules have changed over time. In this case, for what minors convicted of murder serve for their crime. Chief Deputy DA Chris Owen has been on the case for 20 years and through 5 of the resentencing hearings. He explains it like this.
So our office always sought exceptional sentences given the really vicious and horrific nature of the crime. But they would be appealed, and the appellate courts would say that our sentence, or the sentence handed down by the court as requested by the prosecution, was always too high. So we were moving forward in sentencing, we were always on a constant march downwards.
All along that march has been Lisa Flormo's family, attending the hearings and sharing their painful story. And this week, imploring the judge to keep Davila in prison.
When I hear about Todd Davila's rights, I think about, where are Lisa's rights here? Where's her right to life? Where are our rights as a family to have her with us?
Owen says, like many victims' loved ones,
and sometimes they feel their voice is lost in the process. But Lisa Flormo's family was steadfast in their dedication to this case, because that's what they thought they could do for Lisa, is to be there for her every time.
This time, the judge adjusted Davila's sentence from 50 to 25 years. He's already served 30. That was based on the latest guideline that does not allow what may amount to a life sentence for a juvenile convicted of a single murder. It means the end of court hearings for a family that otherwise would have kept showing up for Lisa.
They are a wonderful family. They get it. They understood the challenges and the complications. They were supportive of our work. And we did our best to support them through this very difficult time.
Davila's next step is post-prison supervision for the rest of his life. Tim Gordon, KGW News.
One of the founders of the Dutch Bros coffee empire may have his plans for a major horse race track and nearby entertainment center in Grants Pass shot down. The Oregon Attorney General released an opinion Friday. It called the plan for 225 betting machines at the entertainment center a casino, and that violates Oregon law. Travis Boersma has said he's invested $50 million already to keep live horse racing going in Oregon, which includes that track and the entertainment center. But Oregon's 9 federally recognized Native American tribes have objected. They earn much of their money from reservation casinos. In yesterday's announcement, Oregon Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum says because the games are that of chance and not of skill, they would violate 2 provisions of Oregon's Constitution. Boersma said he's disappointed in the opinion, but remains committed to saving horse racing in Oregon. A neighborhood that's often in the spotlight for its own struggles is celebrating what makes it unique. People gathered in Southeast Portland today for a festival called Fall in Love with Lentz. Here's Art Edwards.
We just wanted to showcase all the positive things that are happening in Lentz.
To do that, organizers put together a 3-day Fall in Love with Lentz event. Today began with a cleanup of the neighborhood. But the biggest event was the Arts Fest, where people were able to show off and sell their creations.
We're just really excited that this kind of artist event is going on.
There was also music and games for the youngest visitors of the event. Lentz was originally a town founded in 1892 and became part of Portland in 1912. It's one of the most diverse neighborhoods in Portland and has many challenges, including issues with the housing crisis. It's the birthplace of Portland's street response team and also deals with gun violence.
A lot of times when you hear about Lentz or East Portland in the news, it seems like the focus tends to be on trash or abandoned vehicles or issues with substance abuse or crime. And those are very real issues, but there's so much more to us. It's a very diverse community.
People living here believe this is the kind of event that can begin to change the impression people have of the Lentz neighborhood.
It's great to have this in the neighborhood, bringing more attention to us. It's a great neighborhood to be in.
Organizers of Fall in Love with Lentz hope this is the start of something big.
A lot of folks are stepping up to make this the community that they want it to be. And so I think the future for Lentz is bright.
Art Edwards, KGW News.